Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported at Legacy.com in the fourth week of August 2025. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any local community in America and beyond. Actor Jerry Adler died August 23, 2025, in New York City at the age of 96. He was best known for playing Hesh Rabkin on the TV mob drama The Sopranos, as well as for roles on The Good Wife, Rescue Me, and others. Adler was also an acclaimed Broadway director and production manager, and he was the cousin of the renowned acting teacher Stella Adler. Horse jockey Ron Turcotte died August 22, 2025, at his home in New Brunswick, Canada. He died of natural causes at the age of 84. He was most famous as the jockey who rode the champion thoroughbred Secretariat to win the Triple Crown in 1973. Their victory at the Belmont Stakes has been called the greatest horse race ever. Turcotte's racing career ended in 1978 when a fall left him paralyzed from the waist down. He dedicated his later years to advocating on behalf of injured jockeys. World War II veteran Donald McPherson died August 14, 2025, at the age of 103. He was America's last known living World War II fighter ace, credited with 5 aerial combat victories flying with Navy Fighter Squadron VF-83. A lifelong Nebraskan, McPherson went on to nurture younger generations as an organizer and coach for his hometown baseball and softball leagues. For his service in the U.S. Navy, McPherson was awarded 3 Distinguished Flying Crosses and, in 2015, the Congressional Gold Medal. Evangelical Christian leader James Dobson died August 21, 2025, at the age of 89. He was the founder of the influential conservative organizations Focus on the Family and the Family Research Council, which promoted heterosexual marriage and strict child discipline. Dobson was the author of dozens of books, advised 4 U.S. presidents, and had a daily audience of millions of radio listeners. Actor and writer David Ketchum died August 10, 2025, at a care facility in Thousand Oaks, California. He was 97. He was best known for playing Agent 13 in the 1960s TV spy comedy Get Smart, where his character would squeeze into a series of ridiculous hiding places. Ketchum is also remembered as a prolific TV writer for such shows as MASH, Full House, MacGyver, and Wonder Woman. Film and television executive Frank Price died August 25, 2025, at his home in Santa Monica, California. He died in his sleep at the age of 95. He was studio chief at Columbia and Universal during the 1980s. He gave the green light to pop culture blockbusters like Ghostbusters, The Karate Kid, and Back to the Future, as well as acclaimed Oscar winners Gandhi and Out of Africa. Price is being remembered for his talent-focused approach as an executive. He was willing to pay top dollar to writers and directors in pursuit of box office success. Computer scientist Dame Stephanie Steve Shirley died August 9, 2025. She died after a short illness at the age of 91. She founded the IT company Freelance Programmers in the UK in 1962. It was a pioneer in remote work, employing women software engineers who worked from home while managing domestic duties. In the male-dominated world of technology, she found she was taken more seriously when she signed her business letters Steve. Shirley is also being remembered as a major philanthropist. Motivated by her experience as a mother of a severely autistic son, she established the Shirley Foundation, which supported a range of autism charities. Motorsports promoter H.A. Humpy Wheeler died August 20, 2025 in Charlotte, North Carolina at the age of 86. The general manager of the Charlotte Motor Speedway, he became known as the P.T. Barnum of NASCAR for extravagant pre-race stunts, like reenactments of famous battles and a giant car-crushing robot. Wheeler is also being remembered as the voice of Tex in the beloved Pixar movies Cars and Cars 3. Tennis player Angela Mortimer Barrett died August 25, 2025 at the age of 93. She was partially deaf when she won twice at Wimbledon, a doubles championship in 1955 and a singles victory in 1961. Barrett is also being remembered for two other major victories at the 1955 French Championships and the 1958 Australian Championships. Scientist Rainer Weiss died August 25, 2025 in Cambridge, Massachusetts at the age of 92. He won the 2017 Nobel Prize in Physics for his discoveries in recording events in deep space like black holes colliding. His work helped confirm both the Big Bang Theory and Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity. Weiss is also being remembered as a longtime professor at MIT who mentored generations of students. Before we finish up the week's celebrity tributes, I want to say just how many beautiful obituaries we've seen at Legacy recently for amazing everyday people all across America. For instance, this computer programmer from Connecticut, whose family shared memories of her love of animals and her endlessly creative home design. This Oklahoma grandfather who worked as a bank executive but cherished his time as a jazz trumpeter who got to meet Louis Armstrong. And this lifelong educator who worked with young children, raised funds to help girls attend science camp, and volunteered to support her local library. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory, online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. In addition to featuring current deaths in the news, Legacy.com also honors the lives and legacies of notable people who died in the past. Here are some of this week's anniversaries. 5 years ago this week, actor Chadwick Boseman died at the age of 43. He was Oscar-nominated for his performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and he became a Marvel Comics superhero when he played Black Panther. "20 years ago this week, actor Brock Peters died at the age of 78. He was a star of To Kill a Mockingbird and had multiple roles in the Star Trek universe. 35 years ago this week, musician and songwriter Stevie Ray Vaughan died at the age of 35. He was a blues guitar great, known for hits like Crossfire and Pride and Joy. 40 years ago this week, actress Ruth Gordon died at the age of 88. Her decades-long career included an Academy Award for Rosemary's Baby, and notable roles in movies like Harold and Maude and Every Which Way But Loose. Singer, dancer, and actor Donald O'Connor was born 100 years ago this week. He died in September 2003 at the age of 78. He was one of the stars of the classic movie musical Singin' in the Rain, best known for his impressive dance sequence to Make 'Em Laugh. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent Half-Staff Memorial Flag honors. Flags across the United States have been lowered to honor the memory of the lives lost in this week's shooting at Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis. Flags in Wyoming have been lowered to honor the memory of former state senator and representative Gail Zimmerman. Flags in Louisiana have been lowered to honor the memory of former Speaker of the Louisiana House of Representatives Joe Reese Salter. Flags in Kansas have been lowered to honor the memory of 18th Judicial District Division 10 Judge Bruce Brown. Flags in Connecticut have been lowered to honor the memory of Department of Developmental Services employee Steve Kaczynski, who died of injuries sustained on the job. Flags in Louisiana have been lowered in honor of Hurricane Katrina Remembrance Day. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. Follow Legacy.com on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.